Peace and blessings. It is your boy Free Shabazz. Just feeling good today. I know I ain't been on here in a minute, but I'm about to get back on my content. I think for me to get back on here, I had to really start reevaluating myself and my ideologies and the way I think before I can really before I can continue to speak on certain platforms and have certain uh, I want to say logical opinions. Um, this video is just about black people, black accountability. And I say that now because coming into realization, being 26 years old and growing up Nation of Islam, having a brother who was a Nuwabian, reading the House of Consciousness. Watching the House of Consciousness, watching Sarnetta, Brother Polite, Dr. Ali Muhammad, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, Dr. Ray Hagan, Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, Asada Ducateres, uh, uh, who else? Sister Soldier, Sister Frances Cress Wesleyan, the great elder that passed, John Herbert Clark, Dr. Ben, Dr. Joy Leary, Zaza Ali, um, you know, all you know, all of our great and some I didn't mention, um, philosophers and theologians and historians and leaders in general. Um, I don't really have an issue with any of them. I don't. My thing is with just in general the conscious community. And what I want to say is that our issue is that black people, we use all of our different leaders and we put them on platforms. And when we find out different things about them, and not if we just find different things about them, if we hear a changing of views, we become so argumentative in fighting these people's ideologies and their information, and we get so emotional with the knowing the information that we attack each other and we destroy bonds that we can create. And what I mean by accountability is that if I'm a leader, if I was to ever become a appointed leader for my people, I would tell my people, and it probably wouldn't resonate with everybody, but like, listen, as a leader, you're going to be scrutinized, and as a follower of my leadership, you're going to be scrutinized for following me. If you can't take the pressures of dealing with the scrutiny, you shouldn't be following anybody. You should be really reevaluating who you are. And so when I go back to accountability is that so many of us have insecurities in our belief systems and how we follow and how we practice and live our lives, that we escape to these people. We escape to these people as if they are the all knowing, the all seeing, the all everything. And we forget that these are people and they are fallible and they do make mistakes. And that doesn't negate that if they make a mistake, we shouldn't hold them accountable for it, because that's the point I'm making. If they make a mistake, hold them accountable for it. But when you get so angry to the point that oh man, dude, I don't want to live anymore, and I don't know what is, and this person's a liar. Sometimes it's not in fact they're a liar. It's the fact that you put too much belief in them, too much of your own ideologies of what you thought about them, because you don't know these people. I used to get into certain arguments with my father about when I decided to move away from the nation, and then I was getting into Pan-African studies and different things, and I told him, I said, you know what, I'm not following nobody. I'm a grown man. I'm not supposed to be following anybody. I will listen, I will read, I will learn, and I will take things that I feel, or not just feel, I know are applicable to my life, and then I will use it. So if I get it from a brother who's a Hebrew Israelite, I get it from a brother who's Hebrew Israelite. Doesn't mean I'm going to start practicing their belief system. And doesn't mean I'm going to start attacking their belief system. And that's another thing. We spend too much time attacking and fighting each other. Now, once again, I'm not one way, I'm balanced in it. If you attack me, I'm going to come at you. If you attack my people, I'm going to come at you. Cynthia G and Tommy Sotomayor, and anybody who's an agitator but don't have any solutions, I'm at you. I have no nothing about you that really is redeeming other than that you're a person and that, I'm not going to like hurt you or nothing. But what you're saying isn't helping people. If all you're doing is agitating, you're just regurgitating certain points that other people have made or that other groups of people make. Why should I be listening to you when I can go hear it from somebody else? And what is your platform to fix any of these issues other than keeping that thing going, keeping the agenda, the negativity going? If you were talking about how bad black people are or what we do, and you opened up a school to try to help us be better, I might listen to you a little bit more, because I'm like, you know what? He says a lot of things bad about black people, but he actually works to fix the issues. I don't care about any of these people that are like that. Another group of people you gotta watch out for. You gotta watch out for them passive or the passive speaking black folks that say all the talking points that we hear from a Dr. Ben, or we heard from John Henry Clark, or we heard from Francis Cress Wessling. They say all those talking points as if we didn't hear it from them already, as if it's new knowledge. And they use these points to romanticize their agenda. And they scam us in that, because some people get caught up with what they're saying. They rather follow somebody, they rather escape through this brother or this sister's avenue than to take responsibility and say, hey brother, like, nah, I'm not following you. I take some of your information in, and then I live my life and follow suit. And we had to just be more diligent in raising accountable people. We blame this person, that person. We blame too much, and this is why we can never be successful. The conscious community ain't no conscious community because there hasn't been no ramification set. Same thing like I think it was mentioned about with hip hop. I didn't mention now, but in the previous conversation, same parameters with hip hop. There's no parameters, there's no guidelines, and this is what it is. So people do whatever they want with the music, and then we wonder why we get this a bastardized understanding from the music and from the ideologies, because it's been broken down, because it's your interpretation. And if we following your interpretation and you following his interpretation and he following somebody else's interpretation, can you not see how we can be lost? Can you not see how accountability strikes and misses? That doesn't mean I'm not blaming the white man for what the white man and or white woman has done to us. I'm just not about giving blame to everybody. I'm about, okay, you want to talk about white supremacists? Point directly and tell me who the white supremacists I should be looking out for. Stop telling me about white supremacy. White supremacy has been here. Who should I be looking out for? How should I look out for them? Okay? Moving on from the white supremacist agenda, how can we come together? Let me see your businesses. Brother who's a Hebrew Israelite, brother who studies at Moorish Science Temple of America, brother who's in the Nation of Islam. How about y'all create a forum, because you are leaders and people follow you, that has us come together? Why we can't find y'all all saying black people messed up, we all wrong, we need to get right. Why y'all can't come up with a platform to bring us together? And not saying I'm waiting for you to do it, because I'm not waiting for you to do it. I'm not waiting for you to do it. And I'm the type of person, how I live my life, everything I talk about, I'm not talking about it as if I'm waiting for somebody. This is stuff that I'm doing myself, stuff that I'm doing, I want to do, I'm aspiring to create. And you will see on this channel platform and everything, you will see everything I'm talking about. You will see everything I'm talking about. Like, I'm not just about talking, I'm not about the game. This is for real. We got too many charlatans in our community saying they there for us and they not. We got too many people saying this and they really doing this behind closed doors. A lot of people I used to really idolize and look at and say, yo, I want to be like that brother. I want to be like that sister. And really growing up and becoming an adult and realizing that, hey, if I would have kept thinking like that, I would be a grown man listening to these people continue on saying the same patterns, the same exact things. How is it that you can tell me what happened 330 years ago, a million years ago, but you can't help me with what was going on today? Most of people don't want to listen to these ideologies of the conscious community, because it's like, I've already heard this before, and if I haven't heard it, how is it going to make my stomach full? How is it going to keep my family going? Are we going to create any structures? That's what people really want. And not only is it what they want, that's what they need. They need guidelines. They need to be working together. If you want a movement and you want to be a Moorish American, you black. You Nubian, you black first. Start arguing them points. We not talking about whether you came from Africa, here, whatever, Kalamazoo, South America. Your skin. I can take this shirt off. I can cut this hair. I can try to bleach this skin. But this is who I was born as. This is who I'm going to be when I wake up. This is who I'm going to be when I go to sleep. And naturally, I can't change this. Naturally, if I go to a doctor, yeah, we can all do that. But naturally, unless you got vitiligo, leprosy, is some type of issue, and that is not a knock on you or anything. I'm not trying to make a joke about that. But unless that is what I'm dealing with, this is who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. We need to start fighting this premise. This is who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. We need to check these movements that we have. Check the parameters, and are they really for the people? And if they not, let them fall to the side. If you only gonna be speaking on black issues when police kill black people, get out of here. Get out of here, because you're not really for the people. If you gonna get mad when police kill that gang member who's been assaulting and destroying the community, you want to start speaking for him, get out of here. We are not speaking for those people who are destroying and diminishing our neighborhood. We need to remove ourselves of all of it. If we're going to progress and get to where we need to get to. We need to start setting real limitations, real expectations for us and our people if we're going to thrive into the future. And really start thinking about some things that we used to say and ideologies that we used to follow that aren't relevant to today. Okay, some things in the Bible or the Holy Quran, the Talmud, the whatever other book, Muslim lessons book, whatever, there might be some truths in there that we can use. But if it's not relevant to today, take the ones that we need for our society and put the rest to the side. Okay, if you want to be a historian, you want to study that, yes, okay. But everything we don't need to know. Because we can't know. There's no tool that we can use in our modern day life other than being a historian and reading this book and then realizing that, all this history that we have, we can follow a lot of it, but some of it is tainted and disorganized, and some of it was made to be disorganized. Some of it was made for the people of the time, and some of it not only was made to be disorganized, some of it was cut off, so we probably will never get that information again. So if you're not one of them type of teachers and you just regurgitating, like once again I'm reiterating, I don't need to hear that from you. If you're not getting new information to validate points from Dr. Ben or somebody else, cut it. I've already heard them points already. I can go to Dr. Ben, I can go to Dr. Ivan Ben Sertima and read it and watch it or whatever for myself already. I don't need you to make their same points. You know what I'm saying? If you're not teaching in a way that is going to elevate and move us into the future, you just keeping us in the past. And so we got to move on the premise, once again, unity, blackness. We've been fighting each other for way too long. That doesn't mean we're never going to agree on everything. But we need to start having something to agree on so we can build. And if it's just being black, fine with me. That's fine with me. If we can just start agreeing, I'm black, you black, we black, we black. People who black have issues, have some of the same family issues, legal issues, economic issues, financial issues, cultural issues, and we all have this same thing. We need to start finding ways to work together. That's my point. Black accountability.